Level 1, EF0, wind speeds between 65 and 85 miles per hour. This is the lowest rating on the enhanced Fujita scale, but it's also the most common, making up well over half of all tornadoes in the United States most years. Damage is considered light. Shingles peeled, gutters torn off, siding stripped, tree branches snapped, shallow-rooted trees pushed over, barn doors rip loose, small sheds slide off blocks. But here's the niche detail. Even at EF0 strength, debris can reach speeds fast enough to penetrate drywall. Studies have shown that a simple 2x4 plank can become dangerous at winds below hurricane force. Most EF0 tornadoes are brief, often lasting under 10 minutes, and their paths are typically under a few miles long. Many happen during weak cold fronts or spin-up events in outer rain bands of hurricanes. They rarely make national news, but they are the foundation of tornado statistics. Level 2, EF1. Winds increase to 86 to 110 miles per hour. Damage moves from superficial to structural. Portions of roofs are torn off. Windows implode from pressure changes and flying debris. Garage doors fail inward, and once that door collapses, internal pressure can help lift the roof off the house. Mobile homes are heavily damaged or overturned. Large trees snap clean at the trunk. Power poles lean or break. EF1 tornadoes are still officially labeled weak, but they can injure or kill people caught in vehicles or outside structures. A lesser-known fact, many EF1 tornadoes occur at night, especially in the southeast US, where high humidity and fast-moving storm systems reduce visibility and warning reaction time. At this level, construction quality starts to matter. Homes with reinforced garage doors and hurricane clips perform significantly better than older builds. Level 3, EF2, winds between 111 and 135 miles per hour. This is where tornadoes are classified as strong. Entire roofs are torn off well-built homes. Exterior walls begin collapsing. Mobile homes are completely destroyed. Large hardwood trees are uprooted, not just snapped. Vehicles can be lifted and thrown short distances. Debris becomes airborne shrapnel. EF2 tornadoes often leave behind what meteorologists call convergent debris patterns, where wreckage is twisted inward toward the center of the path, a clear sign of rotational force. At this intensity, safe shelter becomes critical. Interior rooms without basements are still vulnerable, especially in wood frame houses. Interestingly, radar signatures like hook echoes don't always guarantee a violent tornado. Many classic hook echoes end up producing EF2 damage. It's strong enough to devastate a neighborhood, but not necessarily strong enough to sweep foundations clean. Level 4, EF3. Winds climb to 136 to 165 miles per hour. Severe damage becomes widespread structural destruction. Entire stories of homes are destroyed. Well-built houses lose most exterior walls. Heavy vehicles are thrown. Trains have been overturned at this intensity. Forests are flattened in narrow but intense corridors. Debris can be carried thousands of feet into the air and fall miles away. EF3 tornadoes are responsible for a significant percentage of tornado-related fatalities historically because they are powerful enough to destroy above-ground shelters, but more common than EF4 or EF5 storms. A niche detail, damage surveys at EF3 often reveal wind rowing, where debris is aligned in streaks across open fields, showing the flow pattern of the vortex. Also, multiple vortex structures become more common at this strength. Small suction vortices inside the main tornado can cause pockets of extreme damage next to relatively lighter areas. Level 5, EF4. Winds range from 166 to 200 miles per hour. This is violent territory. Well-constructed homes are leveled, not just damaged, leveled. Exterior and interior walls collapse into piles. Vehicles are thrown long distances, sometimes wrapped around trees. Trees are completely debarked, bark stripped clean by sandblasting debris. Ground scouring can occur, where grass and topsoil are ripped away, exposing bare dirt. Concrete power poles can snap. Large steel frame buildings fail. EF4 tornadoes are rare. Usually only a handful occur nationwide in a given year, but they account for a disproportionate number of fatalities. One technical note, for a tornado to receive EF4 status, surveyors look for high-quality construction that failed catastrophically. If anchor bolts are properly embedded and still ripped from concrete, that supports higher wind estimates. Engineering analysis becomes crucial at this level. Level 6, EF5. Winds exceed 200 miles per hour.
Hear that roar?
and there is no official upper limit. This is the highest rating possible. Well-built homes are swept completely off foundations, anchor bolts torn free, reinforced concrete structures can fail, vehicles become airborne projectiles thrown hundreds of yards. Trees are not just uprooted, they are shredded and reduced to stubs. Asphalt can be torn from roads. In some documented EF5 events, heavy objects like 10,000-pound machinery have been displaced. Debris can be granulated into small fragments, a sign of extreme wind speeds and intense suction vortices. EF5 tornadoes are extraordinarily rare, often only a few per decade, but they define tornado history. They are capable of producing damage indicators that exceed the upper bounds of the scale's engineering expectations. And importantly, EF ratings are based on post-storm damage surveys, not direct wind measurements, meaning an EF5 rating requires clear evidence of extreme structural failure. These tornadoes permanently alter landscapes, infrastructure, and communities. And one final detail about the enhanced Fujita scale itself: it was implemented in 2007, replacing the original Fujita scale developed by Dr. Ted Fujita. The enhanced version refined wind estimates using 28 different damage indicators, ranging from small barns to high-rise buildings to hardwood trees. It doesn't measure how wide a tornado is. It doesn't measure how long it lasts. It strictly evaluates the damage left behind and correlates that with estimated wind speeds based on structural engineering data, from EF0 spin-ups lasting minutes to EF5 monsters capable of leveling entire neighborhoods. The scale is a ladder of increasing force. Most tornadoes stay at the bottom, a few climb to the top, and where a storm lands on that scale determines whether it becomes a footnote in a local weather report or a chapter in meteorological history.